Adults who took about 7,000 steps a day had a 50% to 70% lower risk of early death than those who took fewer steps, but the walk that matters most may not be your morning walk at all. That sleepy, heavy, foggy feeling after meals is not age. It is a traffic jam in your bloodstream. Your engine bogs down. Your legs feel dense. Your mind goes dull. And the damage is already underway. Dr. Howard Tucker, a centenarian neurologist still known for staying active and mentally engaged deep into later life, stands as living proof that movement is not decoration. It is maintenance. It is not fitness theater. It is a survival protocol. Everything you have been told about walking is a dangerous half-truth. It is not just about exercise. It is about timing. It is about what happens in the half hour after food hits your system, when sugar floods the pipes and the pump either switches on or stays silent. Most people think the healthy walk is the long one. The scheduled one. The one with the shoes, the watch, the route, the number on the screen. But the most important walk of your day may not be your morning walk. It may be the one almost nobody treats like medicine. Do you feel sleepy or mentally cloudy after lunch and assume that is just age? Hold that thought. Because that crash is not random. It is a body-level clue. And if you are chasing 10,000 steps, you may be aiming at the wrong number while missing the more powerful timing window. The public hears one number. The body obeys another rule. Around 7,000 steps already links to a 50% to 70% lower mortality risk in major cohort data. Read that number again. Not 10,000. Not perfection. But the real story is even sharper than the number, because a single untimed walk does not erase a day spent parked in chairs while wave after wave of post-meal sugar scrapes your vessel lining. If that after-meal fog is not laziness or age, then what exactly is happening inside the body the moment you sit down? It is insulin resistance driven by sedentary behavior and post-meal glucose dysregulation. In plain terms, the gatekeeper key starts failing while sludge builds in the pipes. You eat. Glucose rises. The pancreas releases insulin, the gatekeeper key that tries to unlock cells and move sugar out of the blood. But when you sit still, the large muscles of the legs go offline. The auxiliary pumps shut down. The sugar lingers in circulation. Pressure stays high. Traffic backs up. The vessel lining, your endothelium, that delicate Teflon coating inside every artery, takes friction damage. Under the microscope, the scene is brutal. Glucose molecules drift through the bloodstream and latch onto proteins like hot caramel welding itself onto moving parts. They stiffen tissue. They distort receptors. Free radicals break loose like sparks from a failing engine. Nitric oxide, the arterial lubricant, falls. The Teflon spray thins. Now the artery is not slick. It is scratched. Sticky. Vulnerable. Inflammation ignites as a smoldering fire along the vessel wall. Not a blaze you feel. A silent burn. Day after day. Meal after meal. That afternoon crash in your skull. That heaviness in your thighs. That stiffness when you stand up. Those are not harmless sensations. That is the engine bogging under sugar load while the pump remains off. And the threat is not only fatigue. It is silent vascular wear. It is the beginning of concrete setting in pipes that should stay elastic. Medication can lower numbers on paper. It can push glucose down. It can force pressure lower. But no pill can fully replace repeated muscle contraction. No tablet can become your calf muscle. No prescription can mimic the hydraulic pull of leg fibers clearing glucose directly from the bloodstream. Pause and picture this: you finish a carb-heavy meal, then sit for 2 hours while the pump stays off. The sugar remains in traffic. The insulin stays elevated. The lining absorbs the abrasion. Dr. Tucker's longevity message lands here with force. This is not fitness influencer noise. This is a physician-backed metabolic principle. Movement is not a hobby. It is how the body clears residue before residue becomes pathology. And once you see the hidden traffic jam forming after every meal, the obvious next question is this: what is the fastest way to clear it before it scars the system? The answer is brisk walking immediately after meals. That is the walk most people ignore. That is the one that acts like a pressure release valve. The one that turns your leg muscles into auxiliary pumps and drags sugar out of the bloodstream before it can keep grinding against the arterial wall. This is not mystical. It is mechanical. Repeated skeletal muscle contraction activates glucose uptake even without demanding as much insulin. The muscle becomes a sponge. A live filter. A working drain. Blood sugar falls faster. Insulin strain eases. The post-meal spike flattens. Flow improves. The vessel lining gets relief. The engine clears. The dosage is simple. Walk for 2 to 15 minutes after each meal. Best immediately after eating or within 30 minutes. Use a brisk pace where you can talk but not sing. If you are deconditioned, start with 3 to 5 minutes. Build from there. The target across the whole day is about 7,000 to 8,000 total steps for many adults, not obsessive pursuit of 10,000 as though biology respects round numbers from a marketing slogan. That is the correction. The number matters. The timing matters more than most people realize. And Dr. Tucker's living example carries weight precisely because it strips away the fantasy that longevity demands elite performance. It demands repeated engagement. Repeated movement. Repeated interruption of decline. You do not need a gym. You need a 5-minute decision after dinner. You need a refusal to fuse eating with sitting. You need to stop treating the chair as harmless. If you can walk the hallway, the courtyard, the block, the market lane, the mall corridor, the temple ground, the driveway, or the perimeter of your own living room, you can run this protocol. The benefit does not come from a treadmill. It comes from muscle contraction. It does not come from a wearable. It comes from flow restored inside the pipes. Resistance training belongs beside this. At least 2 sessions a week covering the major muscle groups. Why? Because muscle is not vanity tissue. It is glucose disposal hardware. It is storage capacity. It is metabolic armor. More functioning muscle means a larger reservoir for incoming fuel. It means less sugar left sloshing through the system like industrial runoff. Breaking up sitting time matters too. Move 2 to 5 minutes every 20 to 30 minutes when you can. Stand. Walk. Climb. Carry. Stretch. Keep low-level machinery online so sugar and insulin do not stay elevated in long stagnant blocks. Add legume-rich meals when possible. Half a cup to 1 cup of beans or lentils with meals can slow the surge, reduce the shock load, and leave less damage for the post-meal walk to clean up. This is not gadget culture. This is architecture.